Dear learners, welcome back. It's Machine Learning CS3244. And this week we're going to cover the last week on the supervised learning paradigm, especially covering decision trees and ensembling. For this topic, we are pleased to have Dr. Terence Sim.
Hi, thanks for inviting me, Min. Happy to be involved in this class about machine learning, which is very cool and very important topic. And especially this particular topic of decision trees and ensemble learning. And in a short while, I'll be sharing with you how I use ensemble learning in my research.
So Terence, can you share with us what are the major problems that your group and you are trying to solve in this area?
So my research area is in computer vision and image analysis. And the key challenge here is to interpret the pixels that are captured by a camera. Right? So you look at an image, you want to figure out what are the objects in the image or what action is being shown. So a very concrete example of this is face detection. Now, all of you have smartphones and you will take pictures of your friends, right? Have you noticed that as you aim your camera at your friends, the camera will put a box, right, called a bounding box, draw a box around every face that it sees. Okay, that's an example of face detection, right? In other words, which group of pixels represent a face, and then we put a box around that to show that we have detected the face.
Right.
Okay. Now, it turns out that face detection was actually started by a former SOC professor, Dr. Sung K. This was actually his PhD thesis around 1995-96, okay? And he was the first to use a neural network, not even a deep network, there was no deep networks in those days, but a shallow neural network, and train it and get it to detect faces. And then right around 2005, 2006, 10 years later, this feature started appearing in cameras. And these days, every camera that you buy has this feature, and in fact, if it didn't have this feature, you would not buy the camera, right? We have taken it for granted.
Yes.
Right. So unfortunately, Dr. Song was with us in SOC, and he passed away in the year 2000. But the key thing was he started the field to get people excited about how do you interpret pixels in images. We cannot hard code the rules as if-then rules, right? That's just not possible to do. But instead, we can show the machine, the learner, examples of faces and non-faces, right? So you imagine you show labeled images, faces and non-faces, and you put it through a classifier, and the classifier learns how to do that classification, okay? And more generally now, machine learning is widely used in different areas of computer vision. And deep learning, in fact, one of the first successes of deep learning was for computer vision problems. But now deep learning is used in speech, in natural language, in many other fields as well.
So we'll come back to Terence later on to hear more about his research. For now, we'll get started.